Shirik shirik yenten Shiyin rikbi yenten
Dashin lok chu tsulu Meta mebi norbu Shirik yenten ino Dashin lok chu tsulu Meta mebi norbu Shirik yenten
In the previous lesson, we have looked at and worked with 18 alphabet sounds. And in this lesson, we are going to look at the remaining 8 letter sounds which are less frequently used, By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to say these letter sounds and match the sounds and words. So are you ready? Are you excited? Let's start, shall we? In activity 1, let's read the instructions. It says, look at the pictures and say the sounds. So here you can see 8 cards. If you were in school, your teacher will be teaching you these 8 sounds together and they would be coded in red, as you can see. There are 2 lines of cards. On the top line we have 4 and on the bottom line we have another 4 cards. So let's look at the top line, the first card. What picture do you see? It's a jet plane. What is it? It's a jet. Jet is like a type of aeroplane, but that flies really fast. A jet. When you hear the word jet, what sound do you hear first? Jet. That's right, it's J. J. You can see how it's written on the top. We have the uppercase, or known as capital letters, and we also have the lowercase, or also known as the small letters. Let's move on to the next card. Do you see this? It's a box. And do you remember, we don't look at the first sound, we listen to the end sound. Box. So this sound is X. X. Let's move on to the third sound. We can see a boy here and he is yelling or shouting. We can say shouting or yelling. They mean the same thing. So when you say the word yell, what's the first sound that you hear? Yell. Yee. Yep, that's right. Yee. So this sound is yee. And on the top line, the last card that we have is woo. In the picture, you can see there's a strong wind blowing and the leaves are falling from the trees. What sound is this? Woo, as in wind. When you say wind, the first sound that you hear is woo. Come to the second line of cards, or the bottom line of cards. What can you see in the first picture? It's a musical instrument. It looks like a guitar, but it's much smaller than a guitar. It's called a violin. When you say violin, what's the first sound that you hear? Violin. Yes, it's V. So this sound is V. The next picture has a zip. When you say zip, what's the first sound that you hear? Z. Z. So this sound is Z. In the next card, what animal do you see? It can hop really high and you can see them in Australia. It's a kangaroo. It's a kangaroo. When you say kangaroo, the first sound that you can hear is K. Kangaroo. So this sound is K. And the last card that you have is there's a duck. But we're not looking at the duck, we are listening to the sound of the duck. What sound does a duck make? Quack. When you say quack, what's the first sound that you hear? Kwa. So this sound is kwa. Now before we move on to the next activity, let's quickly point to the cards and say the sounds. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. J, X, Y, W, V, Z, K, Kwa. Were you able to say it with me? Well done. If you turn to the next page, in activity 2, the instruction says, match the sounds and the words. So these are the sounds that we have just revised in activity 1. And now we are going to see if we can match them to the words. Now I know you're all very smart, so you will just look at the sounds and match them to the words, because you can already see that the words start with those sounds. But the smarter children, do you know what they will do? They will sound out the sounds in the word and see if they can actually read the words. Do you want to try that with me? Let's go, shall we? In activity 2, you'll see 2 columns. The first column on the left-hand side has the sounds, and on the right-hand side, we have the words. So let's quickly say the sounds first. There's J, K, Kwa, V, W, X, Y, Z. So those are the sounds on the left-hand side. And now we have the words on the right-hand side. If you turn to the next page, in activity 2, the instruction says, match the sounds and the words. So in one column on the left-hand side, we have the sounds that we have just revised in activity 1. And on the other hand, on the right-hand side, we have the words. So what's the first sound? It's J. Can you find the word that begins with J? Very easy, right? Right at the bottom. Now let's sound out the sounds in that word and see what it is. Are you ready? J, A, G. J, A, G. Let's go faster, okay? We are blending. J, A, G. J, A, G. What is it? It's jug. Like a water jug or a milk jug. J, A, G, jug. J for jug. Were you able to match it? You can match it as we say it. The next sound is K. Are you able to find the word beginning with K on the right-hand side? Match. Let's sound out the word that you have just matched. K, I, D. K, I, D. Let's go faster. K, I, D. K, I, D. K, I, D. Kid. A baby goat is called a kid. Kid. K for kid. The next sound is Kwa. Were you able to find the word beginning with Kwa? Okay, match. Let's sound out this word. Kwa, I, N. Queen. One more time. Kwa, I, N. Queen. Let's move to the next sound, which is V. Can you find the word that begins with V? Very good. Match it. And let's sound out the sounds in that word. V, et, v, et, v, et, v, et, v, et. What is it? V, et, vet. Do you know what a vet is? It's an animal doctor. A doctor that looks or that treats animals who are sick is called a vet. What's the next sound? Woo. And can you find the word beginning with woo? When you do match, let's sound out the word. Woo, et, woo, et, woo, et, woo, et, woo, et. What is it? Wet. If you play in the rain without an umbrella or a raincoat, you get wet. Wet. Woo for wet. What's the next sound? Ks. And do you remember? I said this is usually an end sound. It doesn't come in the beginning, it comes at the end. Were you able to find that word? When you do, match. Let's sound out this word. M, E, X. M, E, X. M, X. M, X. M, X. What is it? Mix. If you want to mix something, you have to use a spoon or a ladle. Okay, please cut that. Were you able to find the word that ends with X? Good job. Match it. Let's sound out this word. M-X. 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 What is it? It's M-X. Mix. If you have to mix sugar in your tea, you add the sugar in your tea, you take your spoon and you stir it, right? So what are you doing? You are mixing. What's the next sound? It's X. And do you remember? This sound usually comes at the end. So find that word on the right-hand side. Were you able to find it? Match. Let's sound out this word. M-X. 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 What is it? It's M-X. Mix. If you are making a fruit salad, you cut the apple and the banana and the peach, and then what do? You mix it together. Mix. What's the next sound? Yee. Can you find the word beginning with E and match? Let's sound out this word. Ye-et, 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 yet. If you haven't done something and you're about to do, okay, cut that. If you haven't done something, we say, I haven't done it yet, meaning you're going to do it soon. Yet. And then the final sound we have is Z. Can you find the word beginning with Z? Very good. It's right at the top. Match. Let's sound out this word. Z-ip. 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 What is it? It's zip. 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 Something that you have on your jacket and in your trousers. Zip. So well done, children, for being able to match and read these words. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. You can always go back and redo this activity and perfect your sounds. So until then, be good and stay safe.
Şerik 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 yenten Şeyin rikbi yenten
Dashin lok tu tu